Before you skip this video, I need you to do one thing. Think about the last time you sensed that something wasn't quite right in your relationship. Not a major argument or a dramatic conflict, just a slight feeling that the woman you love was becoming distant, almost like someone you no longer know. And whenever you tried to discuss it, the conversation somehow turned into an examination of your faults instead. If you've experienced that, stay with me because what you are about to learn could help you avoid years of heartbreak, second-guessing yourself, and emotional pain. In this video, I'm going to break down 4 specific lies, psychological patterns, that most women use before they emotionally withdraw from a relationship. And I'm going to show you exactly how to spot them, not by what she says, but by what she does. Let me make something clear from the start. This is not about hating women or encouraging suspicion. It's about understanding relationship dynamics with greater clarity. The men who are caught off guard most often aren't weak or foolish. They're usually caring, trusting men who invested deeply in the relationship, and that's exactly why they didn't see it coming. Lie number 1, I just haven't been in the mood lately. Men, this is one of the most common lies a woman tells before she crosses the line, and it is convincing because it sounds completely reasonable. People get tired. Work becomes overwhelming. Responsibilities pile up. Life can be stressful. When you hear those explanations, your natural reaction is often to be patient and supportive. You tell yourself to give her room, avoid adding pressure, and be understanding. You believe that's what a caring partner should do. However, the argument presented here is that genuine affection often works differently. When someone feels deeply connected to their partner, difficult times don't always create distance. In many cases, they increase the desire for comfort and emotional closeness. No one expects passion every day, but affection and connection usually remain present even during stressful periods. So if physical affection disappears completely, not for a few days, but for weeks or months, if simple gestures feel unwelcome and closeness seems avoided, the issue may be deeper than stress alone. According to this perspective, emotional attention may be shifting elsewhere. The reality is that when a woman becomes emotionally invested in another man, intimacy within her current relationship can begin to feel uncomfortable. Her emotional energy becomes centered on someone else, and her partner gradually feels more like an obstacle than a source of connection. Let me make this real for you with a story. Meet Donald, 41 years old. His girlfriend repeatedly told him she wasn't interested in intimacy because work was exhausting her. Since her explanation seemed logical, he accepted it. Over time, though, he noticed contradictions. She suddenly became dedicated to early morning gym sessions, updated her wardrobe, invested in her appearance, and frequently posted confident photos online. Yet despite this renewed energy, she remained distant toward him. Eventually, Donald concluded that the lack of interest wasn't universal, it was directed specifically toward their relationship. Lie number 2, I need to focus on myself right now. At first glance, this statement sounds reasonable and mature. Personal growth, self-reflection, and healing are generally positive goals. When someone is genuinely growing within a healthy partnership, they often share what they're learning. They discuss new insights, invite conversations, and allow their partner to participate in their journey. Growth becomes something that strengthens the bond between two people rather than separating them. The concern arises when self-improvement becomes highly secretive and exclusionary. If every attempt to engage is met with resistance, and if a partner is treated as though they are interfering with personal development, then something else might be happening. Instead of self-discovery, it may be emotional separation. According to this viewpoint, a person may begin building a future identity that no longer includes their partner. By creating enough distance, they can later justify leaving by claiming they simply outgrew the relationship. Let me make this real for you with a story of Steve, a 46-year-old auto repair shop owner. Steve fully supported his girlfriend's efforts toward personal growth. He encouraged her interests and even helped pay for workshops she wanted to attend. Over time, however, he noticed that every activity was presented as exclusively hers. She refused to discuss what she was learning. rejected opportunities to explore the material together and reacted negatively whenever he expressed interest. At the same time, she began spending more time away from home, attending events without him, and forming new social connections that remained separate from their relationship. Steve eventually came to believe that the process wasn't strengthening their bond. Instead, it appeared to be creating the emotional distance necessary for her to leave. Lie number 3, you are being too controlling. This is the most psychologically dangerous of the 4 claims because it does more than redirect attention, it gradually causes a person to doubt their own judgment. The pattern often begins with simple, reasonable questions. A partner may ask where someone was, who they are talking to, or why certain behavior has changed. These are questions many people would consider normal within a committed relationship. Let me make this real for you with a story of Jacob, a 54-year-old restaurant manager. One evening, Jacob noticed his girlfriend hiding her phone screen while texting. He casually asked who was messaging her so late. Rather than answering, she reacted strongly, accusing him of being possessive, insecure, controlling, and toxic. The discussion quickly shifted away from her behavior and focused entirely on his question. Before long, Jacob found himself apologizing for raising the issue at all. Later, he learned that she had been communicating with a coworker and developing a relationship with him. Lie number 4, I just want us to be honest with each other. At first glance, this statement sounds positive. It suggests openness, trust, and deeper communication. Most people would welcome a conversation centered on honesty and vulnerability. In this dynamic, one partner encourages extensive sharing from the other person while carefully controlling what they reveal themselves. The result is an imbalance. One person becomes highly exposed, while the other remains largely protected. Instead of openness, there may be deflection, guilt-tripping, or accusations of distrust. Let me make this real for you with a story of William, a 50-year-old insurance agent. William's girlfriend encouraged him to share deeply personal information about his life, including painful memories, insecurities, and past mistakes. He believed this openness was strengthening their bond. Yet whenever he asked straightforward questions about her activities, conversations, or messages, she became evasive. Rather than providing answers, she accused him of being suspicious and argued that his requests show a lack of trust.